So listen, I think it's time that I level with y'all and kind of be real about this hair transplant journey and whatnot. Um, because I get questions from time to time about advice um, and different things of that nature that people want from me, and I really don't have the best advice, uh, you know, for a lot of y'all because I think I need to be real with y'all. Understand it. When I got this hair transplant, or when I decided to get it, where my mind was and kind of the things that were going through my head, making a decision as far as the clinic, as far as just in general, just some of the things that I experienced. I think it'd be it's only right that I kind of tell y'all like what was kind of the thought process in giving my hair transplant. Because I think I might have misled a lot of y'all, not purposely, but I think maybe it's kind of happening. You know, uh, just because I'm not really explaining the um, purpose of why I got a hair transplant. Um, and let me try to explain real quick. So when I got this hair transplant, when I decided to get it and made the decision, for me, um, it really wasn't strategic and thought out. Uh, and a lot of y'all who are watching my videos and other videos and getting information from different platforms, I believe y'all doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing research. Uh, y'all doing your research. Y'all doing your due diligence to see, to get the best possible outcome. And for me, I wasn't doing that. Um, and partially, and really, the reason is just simple, man. This was such a sporadic thing for me, and just a random thing, and it, 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 there was no planning involved. When I thought about, okay, look, it was years prior to this, probably 10 years ago, where I initially was like losing my hair, and I really was uh, researching hair transplants, but it just wasn't in the cards for me, as far as financially. And I got, excuse me, my eyes adjusting. I just literally got out the bed and threw a t-shirt on, but I just wanted to get this video before I walked out the door. Uh, so, but when I initially 10 years ago, I really wanted a hair transplant. I had the money, so I just kind of like whatever, rock the ball. And just that's what it was. With that being said, over time, it kind of just like it slipped my mind, man. I kind of just being bald was just who I was. You know what I mean? I accepted that. That was just know that was just me. You know what I'm saying? And not even in a way of like it just became who I was, and I didn't put much thought into it. Um, Years went on. I had kids, got into a relationship. Um, and uh, I kind of went to a dark place. You know what I'm saying? I think around 2000. Shit, what was that? 2000, maybe 19, 20, whatever. A lot of things that happened. Man, I had was working a job for a long time. Uh, Ended up kind of um, walking out on that job. It was just I'm burnt out, whatever the case may have been. Just that put me in a pretty rough space. Just the monotony of doing that for so long. Um, Financially, uh, some things weren't the best. I was kind of on a downward spiral. If that's how you say. It was just I was going through a lot. Some people that I had trusted, uh, was family, had kind of really uh, did some things or something specific at that time that kind of really mentally kind of uh, fucked with me, and I was really disturbed about that at that time, um, which I really was taking for a spin on that. I really didn't understand what happened or why I came at that time or what. Just anything, man. But for not to get into that story, but there was an elaborate story, a lie, that was somebody had made up, and later down the line, the person admitted, you know, to it. But during that time, you know what I'm saying, it was like the walls was closing in on me. Um, yeah, I I don't like telling part of the story because people start wondering, but it was basically it was a, somebody in my family had heard something from about me through some guy. Now this guy was basically just talking, and he liked this chick that lived next down the street from me, and so he really wanted to get with this chick. So him just talking to her, I guess, and whatever. I don't say pillow talk because I don't think they were. He never got to that stage, but uh, was just talking. I was walking by one day and he was out there with it or whatever. And I just waved at him and kept it moving. Uh, I guess he start. I don't know. He talking to the girl as if he knew me, but I didn't know. I just knew him through past. I never talked to him, but he made up some stuff and said, whatever the case may have been, or made up in his mind that me and her had messed around, or there was something between us. But I had never shook the girl hand, like, ever. Never did. You know what I'm saying? Never did he. But nevertheless, I don't know what his game. He was an older guy. What his kind of game plan was, but he had said that, and it had gotten. He had said it and said it to someone else, but someone else who knew, someone close, in our family. So it basically got back, and it was a rumor that, it was a nasty rumor. And at the time, with me going through other things, it just kind of was a bad time for to deal with something like that. And the fact that it was just people was really really rocking with this, and it put me in a bad spot. Um, put me in a bad spot. Uh, the reason I tell that story because I think that was like a pivotal moment for me. Just it was kind of like it was a pivotal moment for me as far as like my mindset just changing as far as like kind of like uh really just kind of like going into a space where it's just kind of like fuck it, man, just do my own thing and kind of worry about myself. Because prior to that, man, like I had only thing I had did was like work, you know uh try to build my business, on the side of me working. And you know every dollar I had made was shit was to my kids, fiance, and vacations, anything somebody needed, man. I supplied a lot of people with their needs. You know what I'm saying? But I always just kind of overlook myself. Uh, so I had just spent a ton of money for so long on everybody. I just didn't, I never did anything for myself, buy clothes, anything. So I think at that moment I was just like, man, I just felt like, you know, it put me in a spot where it's like, man, fuck it, man. I got nothing to lose at this point, man. I got people trying to tear my family apart. And these people, the people that who spreading these lies, I didn't done for these people. They had been in my house, and when they was homeless, they stayed with me. They didn't charge them a thing. You know what I mean? When they was needed something, whatever it may have been, man, let them use my car, whatever. Like I've done so much for them, and so I just was like, man, it's at that moment I felt you can only do so much for people. You know what I'm saying? Before you know, a matter of it's gonna do so much for people, man. It's not going to change, the way they perceive you, how they really feel about you. So I started kind of saying, I need to do something for myself. This time was the worst financial decision to get a hair transplant for me because I was running out of money. I was running out of money. Actually, whatever I spent on this hair transplant, whatever I spent was like pretty much what last I had to get it done. You know what I'm saying? It was the last I had to get it done, man. But it was such a I just needed to leave, man. I needed to get away. I needed to get far away. I needed to do something, man, just to like, I needed to be in just another dimension. So the hair transplant was just a byproduct of what what was really happening. I really just was looking for the experience. You know what I'm saying? And I think one day I was watching a commercial. I was watching a. I was watching a. No, I wasn't a commercial. I was watching a game. I think I seen LeBron. And I'm like, damn, how did he get his hair? You know what I'm saying? He just was. He was a little. His edges was going up top. Like, how the fuck did he get his hair back? Like what? What happened? Like what? It was just. I just remember looking up. He had his hairline back, and I was like, damn. So I got on YouTube, start researching hair transplants, again, because everybody's like, oh, and I started seeing a lot of people talk about turkey. I'm like, damn. So I started watching a lot of videos, but I didn't watch. I watched a lot of videos, but I didn't do a lot of research. It was just like the first video I saw, I had just was like hopped on that wave and was like, man, I'm doing this dude did it. I'm doing it now. I didn't. He was very informative about all the you know the negative things about the clinic, but I wasn't hearing none of that. I didn't care about, man. I could have anything negative I heard, I was just drowning that shit out, man. Because I was like, I need to get out. He told me the price he spent was just about as much money I had like to my name, and I was just in a moment. I was like, fuck it, man. It is what it is. I just need to leave. You know what I'm saying? So I remember watching the videos for a few weeks, and I was like, you know, all right, bet this is what I'm gonna do. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my fiance. I didn't tell nobody. I just booked. I booked the ticket to Turkey because I didn't want to be. I did not want to have anything hold you know in my way from going. So I just booked the ticket. Nobody was gonna tell me nothing. And I made sure the ticket I couldn't get a refund because I was like, man, I gotta go. I booked the ticket, got on there and on the WhatsApp, talked to the people. They got my reservations and whatnot. 2 weeks before I left, I had told my fiance, my kids that I was going. Everybody was like devastated. I'm about to leave to Turkey. I mean, I didn't even have a passport. I had to get a passport and all this time. I had to do a lot of stuff. So they was all like, "What?" And do what? They didn't even know why. And then I told them, "Here's." Everybody's like, "What?" Like this was out the blue. But I kind of like mentally just prepare myself. I just need to get, man. I want to travel. I just need to get out. Whatever comes with it comes with it. And it was kind of a bad time because it was COVID. So, or the start of it, if I remember. I had to look back, but it was just a bad time to travel. But for me, I was just like everything. I didn't care because I'm like, man, it is what it is. I didn't care if the hair transplant didn't work for me. That's why I think a lot of y'all don't. I didn't even care if it didn't work. Like I just I just wanted to get on a plane. I wanted to go to another country. I want to just be in another dimension where it's like, just to have my mind in a different space. I was such in a dark place, man. You know what I'm saying? Just was like, man. And so I had no research didn't matter to me. As long as I had that 2200, which dude said he spent, I was like, cool. That's all I needed. I think I had, and I came back from Turkey. I might have had shit. I might have had $200 to my name, man. So like, I went. None of it made sense for me to do. So when y'all asking me questions about it, like I did it because I was like in a dark place and I just needed to change. Like it wasn't so much the appearance. Cause I honestly I didn't even know if the shit would work. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't that like it was just like, man, shit, I'm gonna try it, but I wasn't that. I wasn't that like invested in if I was gonna get good results. You know what I'm saying? I was already bald, so it's like what the hell? You know what I mean? If I get anything, then it's a plus. And I spent money to everybody. I'm thousands of dollars on everybody at this point. I'm just like, hell, I'll spend 2,000. I've never spent money on myself. So like, yeah, if it won't work, it don't work. But I just need to get out of here and just have an experience. So for me, it was more about the experience, not even so much the hair transplant. The hair transplant after, you know, months later, and it started to, coming to what it was. That was a big plus for me. I was like, oh shit, I actually got hair, but it was never the thought in my mind that I was actually going to get hair from this. I'm like, them just going over to Turkey, man. This shit could be a gimmick. I don't know, but it's better than what I got going on right now, man. Like my life is going to shambles. Like I'm gonna go do it, and whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a lot of good advice to tell y'all when it comes to like my thought process of how I went to Ashley Turkey. It could have been another clinic. They could have been killing people, bro. I would have ended up dead. I just the grace of God to end up, you know, going through with it and things were worked out in my favor. But I'm just saying, like, I wasn't in the right state of mind. You know what I mean? When I was trying to do my research, I wasn't really doing research. I knew I had $2,200 to my name. That's about what it costed. That's all I had. That was it. You know, I didn't even pack no clothes, bro. Like, I think I had a bag, but I ain't had no change of clothes. You know what I'm saying? I had a toothbrush. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a couple pair of underwear, man. But I was just like, bro, that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to get up out of there, man. And that's what it was for me. So the hair transplant for me was not really about the hair transplant. It was about the experience and the journey. And I just felt like it was more symbolic of me doing something for myself for once after so many years of, tending to everybody's needs but mine. And that's what it was about. I wasn't focused on the X's and O's and all if it made sense or not. You know what I mean? It was like it is what it is type deal. So man, this video I knew it would be long, but I just kind of had to let y'all know. It's not really an update. I mean, you can see my hair. I cut it all bald like 2 weeks ago, just because I was like, man, let me just, I had been rocking. I had some waves and stuff. Let me just cut my hair and see how fast it grow back. I actually cut it twice in those 2 weeks. I cut it, and then 3 days later I cut it again. But it grow back, pretty fast, man. And like I said, it's not really an update video. Like I said, my hair's still growing, still thriving in that. You know what I mean? But like I said, don't. There's a lot of video, a lot of information out there, man. There's other guys who are real more informative when it comes to things like that, and why, which clinics to choose. And like I said, I would lean more on them. For me, it's just like my channel is just more like, hey man, this is kind of what my thought processes, and just like, but none of it's really like was, like I said, well planned or anything like that. Even after, and I appreciate a lot of y'all, man. Y'all tell me I've gotten some of the best results y'all seen, but I got to be honest, like I haven't done a lot to get these results. I got the hair transplant. Man, hell, I haven't even. I mean, I rinse my hair. I don't wash my hair every day or anything like that. I don't put products in my hair, man. Like, I just kind of like let it go, man. Just do what it do. Every now and then I, throw my do rag on it, lay it down. But other than that, man, like I said, drink water. I haven't done a lot to my for that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people ask, well, what you gonna do, man? Like, why you gonna take these pills, that pills? Like, man, I don't try to be rude, but it's like, bro, I guess maybe after you hear the story, understand my thought process. But like, I really didn't give a fuck. So for me now, it's not like it's not that I don't care, but at the same time, it's like this is just extra for me. So like, what if this happened, man? What if it happened? It is what it is, man. Like, I'm gonna do the best I can, but I'm not gonna be on some regimen of products trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy where I'm at, and I feel good about where I'm at, and um, I'm happy that I did, had that experience as far as like this during that time. Everything about it was amazing. All the, the struggles of it, all the issues I ran into, travel and all that. It was, it's something I look back on. I'm so glad I did it, because it was able to give me a escape from what I was going through. You know what I'm saying, back at home. So, this video is about 20 minutes, man, 18 minutes. Let me try to stop this thing, man. But I got to get out of here. I'm in a hotel right now, and I don't know if I should tell y'all why, but maybe I should do part two. Maybe I'll do part two, man, and maybe not as long. But the reason I'm in this hotel, man, is because I got kicked out of the house. I wasn't living up with my fiance, but I don't know bum shit, man, but it's just some shit happened, and like I took care of everything, whatever the case may be. I kicked out of my house, so I'm in a hotel, and this should let y'all know, man, no matter what you do, you got to do something for yourself, because at the end of the day, man, you could lose everything. You could lose everything. So do something for yourself. If you don't do nothing at all, man, and if this is what you need to hear, if you on the fence get a hair transplant, then go get it, man, because you never know, man. You can't do for people your whole life, because all that shit can go out the window. do something for yourself. At least I still got my hair, man. You know what I'm saying? Imagine losing everything, losing a relationship, and I'm bald right now. Hey, I really be down in the dirt, man. So, man, if you on the fence, man, you better go get that shit, man, because you can end up like me. In a second, man, I'm gonna talk to y'all in a minute, man.